We're back again today talking about the 6.0 Powerstroke on this Ford engine here, and today what we're talking about is ways we can avoid misdiagnosis on fuel pressure related issues when it comes to a 6.0 injector or fuel pressure related issues in general on the 6.0 Powerstroke. And commonly, what a lot of people are not aware of, a lot of technicians are though, is that over time these 6.0 Powerstroke engines are known to lose anywhere between 5 and 10 psi few pressure. And where that's coming from a lot of times is going to be our fuel pressure regulator here. And when we open this up, and we're going to show you that here in just a second, you're going to see there's quite a few gaskets that have to be replaced, quite a few little things in there that we want to make sure we replace at the same time we're tearing it apart. But one of the most important components, and I'll show you that now, I've already got these bolts broken free, so I'm going to pull these out. Now that we've got 3 of the bolts out, you can see we already have a little bit of play in the regulator itself. As we're backing off on that last bolt, you need to be careful and watch out because there's going to be a spring that pops out on us. Here's the back side of the regulator we just pulled off, and here's the spring in question that we're going to be discussing. Now this spring over time is going to wear out, and it's not going to have the rigidity in it that it had brand new. And what that does is it causes the fuel pressure to fall back just a little bit. And on these engines, a few psi mean the difference in smooth running and rough running. So what has come out in recent years is an upgrade kit for this spring, and obviously it's going to include all the new seals. We have a rear main seal here that's on the housing itself. We have quite a few seals that are going to go in between here. We also have some seals that are going to go in our inlet and outlet. And what that kit looks like is this. So we have a whole new housing. We're going to replace that whole housing we just removed. We have all the new seals. We have new bolts that we removed. We also have an upgraded, what they call blue spring updated spring in the kit. And what that kit's going to do, it's going to rebuild the fuel pressure by 10 to 15 psi. So again, over time, these are known for losing 5 to 10 psi. We're going to rebuild it 10 to 15. Here's why that's so important. By replacing this spring here, let's say we do 2 injectors, 4 injectors, or a whole set of 8. And all of a sudden, we're only showing 47, 48, 49 psi fuel pressure. Well, this engine requires 50 to 55. That's the norm on it. So if we know we're below 50 by only 2 or 3, we're in that range of 5 to 10 that this engine's known for losing in fuel pressure. So by simply replacing this spring and upgrading it with the blue spring update kit on the fuel pressure regulator, we could potentially resolve a major issue without ever going back in and removing injectors, testing injectors. It just makes the life a lot easier when it comes to resolving fuel pressure related issues on this motor. Now another piece to that is, we talked earlier in another video about the importance of maintaining, checking, and replacing the horizontal fuel conditioning module on this particular engine. One, because of the debris that can possibly get into the system and work its way through the system and into the injector. We don't want that debris getting into the system at all. One of the last, I guess you could call it, lines of defense before that debris gets to the injector would be right here at this fuel pressure regulator. So by pulling this out and replacing that spring, we're also updating this entire system, and if there were debris in that housing, we can get that out at the same time. So assuming that we've done 2, again, 4, 8 injectors and a blue spring update, not only have we verified there's no debris in here that's going to get to the injectors, but we've also made sure that the correct fuel pressure is going to be there when we turn this truck back on for the first time. And always, of course, even though we're doing this for fuel pressure, once we've opened up the system, injectors have been done, anytime the system's been messed with, let's go ahead and do an oil change on that and make sure we have good clean oil, also good clean fuel filter, and make sure any chance of debris getting into the system is taken away at the same time. So hopefully now you have a better understanding of how to address a 2 to 3 psi difference in the fuel pressure that's desired on a 6.0 Powerstroke motor. Thanks for watching.